Join me in ignoring the fact that I really need to shave and admiring the new take on the Snakes on a Plane poster, along with some of my medals and the old piece of junk computer that's now only really good for one thing. Little change of plans. We're not going to answer the 5 questions from Philo 74 because I decided that the 5 questions every intelligent atheist must answer in order to rationalize his beliefs in atheism were completely and utterly idiotic. And you can judge for yourself. It's a video that if you just look it up, it'll be right there because it has 200,000 views or around that number. And honestly, all the questions, it just made me go like and freak out and my head exploded. So instead, I am going to answer the 5 questions that Veritas 48 posts, otherwise known as Noah. These are questions that not every intelligent atheist must answer in order to reconcile his beliefs. It's just 5 questions that he would like to know, and he's compiled a whole bunch of different atheists answering these questions, so I thought I'd pitch in my answers to the pot. His first question is, why is there something instead of nothing? Now, Noah, you go on to say that it must be hard for atheists to answer this. Why is there something instead of nothing? And you sort of imply that it's easier for you to answer that because of your belief in God. So I take it that you say the universe exists because God wanted it to exist. We're pawns of God. We're the sons of God, daughters of God, however you want to say it. But then my question to you is, why should God exist instead of not exist? Because something in itself is not the universe. Something is existence. And if God exists, then God is part of existence. So why does something exist instead of not exist? So basically what I'm saying, without answering the question, you may notice, is that this question hurts my brain. Okay? It hurts my brain. It's one of those questions like, why do Cubs fans cheer for the Cubs? They never win anything, and they haven't for over 100 years now. It's just, it hurts my brain. It really, really hurts my brain. And what I'm trying to say is, just because you believe in God doesn't mean it hurts your brain less than it hurts my brain. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say, and I'm not going to answer the question because it's an unanswerable question for either of us. Number 2, what evidence do you find most persuasive regarding theism? What evidence do I find most persuasive regarding theism? Again, Noah, you go on to say that you find the argument about evil hardest to answer. Notice that you said hardest to answer and not most persuasive. I found that very interesting. So what do I find the hardest to answer following your lead? Well, I guess something coming from nothing, simply because I don't have the answer. It's something come from nothing, obviously. The beginning of the universe. How does something come from nothing? And you would argue that, well, something doesn't come from nothing. Something comes from God. However, that just really doesn't fit, because if something has to come from something, then God shouldn't be in acceptance to that rule, and therefore God needs to have come from something, and that something needs to have come from something, and that something needs to have come from something, and so on and so on. So something somewhere has to have come from nothing. Why is it not this universe instead of God? All right, that's my answer to that. Number 3, how do you reconcile your atheism with any ultimate meaning in life? Simply, there is no ultimate meaning, because an ultimate meaning suggests a higher purpose, and a higher purpose suggests there being a God to give you that higher purpose, and there is none. So there is no ultimate meaning in life that we all have. Meanings to life are all personal. They're all personal meanings. You decide your own personal meaning, whether you follow the meaning provided to you by the teachings of your Christian church, whichever one it is you belong to, or you provide your own, much like I do. So there is no ultimate meaning in life. Number 4, were you raised in a religious environment? No, I wasn't raised in a religious environment. I mean, I went to church every Sunday with my mom, but only really through till about grade 1 or grade 2. So not really in like the brainwashing period when you're going through puberty and that stuff. That's really the brainwashing period. So I honestly, I mean, Sunday school, I looked forward to playing with the train tracks. I was at an age going to church where it really had no effect on me. I mean, I went to church and sang the songs, but really in the back of my mind, I was just thinking, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. You know, it's just, I didn't really get affected by religion that much. However, I will point out that I went to a Catholic high school in grade 9, first time ever being exposed to the Catholic faith, as an agnostic. I wasn't really sure on the existence of God. I sort of kind of believed in God. So, because in agnosticism, you're not really on the fence. There's no such thing as being on the fence. Deep down, you either believe in God or you don't. But there is that little period where you are agnostic. But nobody truly isn't sure. I mean, you're not sure, but you either believe or you don't. And I was at the stage where I sort of believed in God. I was in the agnostic sort of loop. And then I got exposed to the Catholic faith, and 6 months later, I was an atheist. And it's been like a year and a half now. So, was I really raised in a religious environment? No, but a religious environment, it could be argued, turned me to atheism. Number 5. What is the end-all goal of atheism activism on YouTube? I think that should be atheist activism. But regardless, what is the end-all goal of my personal atheist activism on YouTube? You seem to argue that because my existence ends in the grave, why do I waste my time on YouTube? I find it stimulating to debate. I don't know about you. Um, if you're arguing to sort of fulfill your higher purpose, that's fine, but I argue and post my opinions on YouTube because I find it stimulating. I like it. I love debating. Trust me, I love debating. And that's why I post my videos. That's why I'm an atheist activist. Anyways, so that's my answer to those 5. Hope you enjoyed them, Noah and all my viewers. Sorry I didn't answer Phyllis's questions, but honestly, head exploded. I still got some mopping up to do. So I'll see you guys later.